All right, we're going to be looking at all the different toys. We're talking the Zords, Megazords, Morphers, some extra little stuff in there as well from Power Rangers and Ninja Storm. This whole segment, all of these following clips here are taken from a full deep dive into the entirety of Power Rangers Ninja Storm that's up on the channel. So check out that full deep dive into the show if you're a fan of Power Rangers Ninja Storm. But if you just want to see the toys, here they are now.
Attention Evo! The Power Rangers Ninja Storm is building! Three awesome beasts are uniting to become one mighty evil defeating machine. The Ninja Storm Power Megazord! It's joined in battle by the Storm Lightning Megazord! Once the Megazords launch their ninja power spheres and reveal their secret ninja weapons, the Power Rangers Megazords will be victorious! Storm Lightning Megazord, Storm Power Megazord, and Kelzax, each sold separately, batteries not included, from Bandai.
Alrighty, now let's take a look at the Zords. A little behind the curtains, this is the first thing I'm recording for this video altogether. First time I'm wearing the suit. A little tight. I think it's a little small. I got an extra large. Or maybe it fits just right, maybe it should fit like this. Anyways, here we have the three Wind Ninja Zords. These are the three Zords for our main three Rangers, obviously. A Lion, a Hawk. Is Shane the only Ranger with a Hawk Zord? I think I saw somewhere. Because who has Eagles? Who the fuck has Eagles? I know Taylor does. Who else has Eagles? But this is a Hawk. Anyways. And then Tori's Dolphin. Oh, this was Dustin's Lion, by the way. I didn't say that. Yeah, so these are the three Zords that we get. Insane size variants. This, I would say Tori's Zord is about on par with what you get Zord-wise. Dustin's a fucking big-ass one, and then Shane is the tiny one. But yeah, these are the three Zords. I believe this is from when Power Rangers was still using, like, the Japanese molds for the Power Rangers Zord toys that Bandai was making. So these were when the toys were really good. The only ones I have a memory of as a kid is the Operation Overdrive ones. Fun for a kid, but like looking back, like the kind of more flimsy material of it all, these Zords, this era of Power Ranger Zords, is definitely better. Although these might even be the Japanese versions. Now that I'm thinking about it. Where did I buy these from? I think these are the Japanese versions, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and transform this bad boy. What the fuck? Okay, does he look stubby to you guys? Hold on. That's why his shoulders were way too fucking broad. Boom, this is our Power Rangers Ninja Storm, what is it? Is it Wind Megazord or Wind Ninja Megazord? But yeah, this is like the number one. This is the main Megazord that we see this season, and I like it a lot. I think I'm always a little torn for Zords like this, where it is like 90% one Zord, it's 90% Dustin Zord. But then I think about it, and I'm like, we'll get to it. My favorite Megazord, base Megazord at least, is that exact thing. So maybe I don't actually have that bias. So where do I land on this one? Now, the one positive of having like one Zord be that much of the Megazord is the uniformity of it. Like, you can tell this is one piece, one machine. Like, the number one thing that sticks out is Tori's Zord, the light blue in comparison to the dark blue everywhere else. Because even like Shane's red Hawk Zord kind of goes with some of the red accents we find here. But yeah, her light blue clashes the most. So, where do I land on this Megazord? Putting it in a tier list. I am battling back and forth between a B and an A. You know what? Gimmick alone, I think I'll put it in A. I'll put it in A because I do like the Power Sphere gimmick. Which, do I have one in here right now? These open up. These like flip up. Yes, we have the main one. Ooh, come on. I guess I'll put the sphere back in there. Yeah, so like I said, there is a bunch of power spheres that get unlocked during the show. This is Power Sphere 1. I think it's flipped for you guys. But yeah, Power Sphere 1. And it is like this like shark sword thing, I think is what it's supposed to be. We'll put it in Tori's hand. Boom! With their main sword, here is an A-tier Megazord, baby. But that's not the only power sphere that they have at their disposal this season. Voila! I decided I'm just going to show them off all at once because I don't want to do, like, a cut-in for every single power sphere they unlock. Because there's, like, it's in the teens. It's like 14 to 18 power spheres. I don't remember off the top of my head how many. Some of those I have, but they're special enough that I'll show them in a different way because, spoilers, they're more connecting pieces for Zord combinations later. These are weapons. These are true weapons. There's definitely more in the show. I don't know if there's more toy-wise, but I got, a couple. So let's show them off. Some of these are more so for other Megazords. All right, the first one we have is this starfish one that they kind of unlock. And all it does... Oh, there it is. Give it glory. Starfish, baby. I don't even know... Oh. Another one there. That's what it does. Alright, let's go one at a time. You've had your time to shine, bitch. That's what it does. You can kind of, I think the idea is like I think kind of latch wraps around or latches on here. But yeah, it just gives them a super powerful knee attack. This is one of the more interesting choices for a weapon idea. Is it goofy enough to fit in this season? The show is more funny and relaxed than, like, goofy like that is. Maybe not. It's a little out of place. But, whatever. Fun nonetheless. Did I combine these? Oh, wow. I just realized I combined these spheres the wrong way. I'll fix that now. Oh, here's a fun one. I forgot how this goes. So here's like a armadillo, I think is what this is. Little guy, little spike ball. So the idea is obviously it's just like a wrecking ball that they use. Let's put it in Dustin's hand. Yeah, just like crash. And then, retract it back in. How does that work? Anyways, that's the Wrecking Ball Zord, or yeah, Wrecking Ball weapon Zord kind of thing. I know it has like a partner weapon Zord thing in the show. I don't think I have that one here today. Alright, next up is the Spinning Bee. This has like, it's supposed to have like a Beyblade Ripper type thing. I don't have that. So how it would work is there's going to be the hook, the string is what they hold on to, and then it spins, and then I don't even know if it'll, it's supposed to like, well, alright, anyways. There we go. Boom. Into the enemy. That one isn't even really signaturely used by our main three. But who does use it? Ooh. You'll find out later. Alright, final one. Another one that's not signaturely used by our main three. And that is this, like, pinwheel weapon. It's like a blade, axe, wind device. Which, you know, interesting. That it's not mainly used by our three main wind ninjas. When it's super windy. Boom. Slash tag. Slash. Alright, that is the main Megazord and all the power spheres, but we still have one more thing to show off to kick things off here. I'm going to put all these back, and I'm going to show you the final piece. Alright, this Megazord does not only have one gimmick, it has two. As it has the sphere gimmick, but also, for 60 seconds, this big beast in the show shrinks down, consolidates, becomes more compact, with a burst of energy going into a smaller, lighter lightning mode. Now, I only have the one weapon here. It's supposed to have two. So I also think it's, I don't know if it comes with it as a toy, but at least in the show it does like this like attack. I feel like maybe there's a toy that could go with this to do something. And I did notice that there is a button back here, but it doesn't feel like it presses. But I also don't think it has batteries. If this does something, when I put batteries in it, I'll cut it in now. Wow, that was cool, or disappointing that nothing played. But yeah, not just one gimmick for the Megazord, two gimmicks, baby. This is cool. It's kind of it. Like, it doesn't... This doesn't change the A rating. Like, this doesn't add or subtract to it in any ways. It's just neat. And it was another toy to sell. So that's cool. But that's going to be it for this cut-in for all of the Zords and... for all the Zords and the Megazord of our main three Power Rangers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the Evil Rangers have their own Zords. We have the Crimson. See, I don't remember what they're categorized in the show, because one's like a stag beetle, one's a rhino beetle, but Power Rangers never doubles up on beetles. They always make one something else. So I think one's like the Insectozoid or something, Insectazord, and one's like a Beetlezord. But they're both beetles, actually. But anyways, we have the Crimson one for the mysterious Crimson Thunder Ranger. Who is he? I have an idea. We will get into it later. Or did I already get into it? No, we get into it later. Sorry. And then we have the Navy Zord for the Navy Thunder Ranger. Yeah, so these are a little more fun than... Honestly, yeah, these are a little more fun than the main three Zords. This one has like treads that actually roll for it. This one is... these treads don't roll as well, although they do move. They do actually move here. I don't know how well it's being shown on camera, but it does move. But man, why would you have two Zords if you can't make them kiss and combine? So let's go ahead and do that right now. Now he definitely is top heavy. And I don't know how to make it. Oh wait. Oh my god! I just now figured that out. I always thought he looked fucking weird. Okay, that makes him look a little... He's still a little top-heavy, honestly. But that is better. That is definitely better. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Adding to his fucking top-heaviness... Boom. That is the Power Rangers Thunder Ninja Thunder Megazord? Because the Thunder Megazord's already something. So what do they call this one? I'll call it the Ninja Thunder Megazord. But yeah, he also carries a little something inside of him. I don't have it in here. Boom. So yeah, the main one for this one is this pinwheel that they stole from the Ninja Storm Rangers. Ninja Storm losers. Okay. There we go, guys. That is the evil Thunder Storm Megazord. Is that what it's called? Thunderstorm Megazord? That makes so much more sense. Alright, what is the point of having these two Megazords if we can't make them fucking kiss? And by kiss, I guess I more accurately mean combining into one bigger, better, cooler Megazord. So how they would do that in the show, this is not the right sphere. This one is. But they shoot out the power spheres, they smash around, and they pop out these two parts. Oh shit, this one might be stuck. They pop these things out, and and what it does, it's like it forms this little mini Zord. It's literally what it's called. It's called the mini Zord. It combines. So it pops out this mini Zord, right? But like the thing is, this mini Zord then immediately, you know, disassembles and combines with these. But anyways, all right. So we take these guys, we pop off the Dolphin Zord, and unfortunately the Dolphin Zord is just, this is the number one Zord that just gets thrown to the wayside for all these combinations. It just doesn't get used enough. Huzzah! There he is in all of his glory. Am I missing something? All right, one last review. Yes. Oh, these pop out. Still, hold on. I'm learning in real time. Okay, there's that. Not this one. That's how that goes. How the fuck does this fit? It doesn't fit at all. What the fuck? Okay, I guess it kind of fits. Boom! Alright, I lied earlier. The Dolphin Zord is a part of this. Whoops. Holy shit. This was way more than I thought. This thing is massive. Okay. Golly, take a fucking look at it. Oh, I'll show better looks too. Jesus. Alright. That's the Thunderstorm Megazord. I think I called the Thunder Megazord earlier the Thunderstorm Megazord. That is not, I had the wrong name. This is the Thunderstorm Megazord. The other one is still just called the Thunder Megazord, even though that's already a thing as well in Power Rangers with the Thunder Megazord from Season 2 of Mighty Morphin, so name overlap. But yeah. Just look at this massive guy. Holy shit. But yeah. This is the new top fucking weapon for our now combined team of Rangers. Are they combined? Ooh. Does that stick? Does that stay? Let's keep watching to find out. New Ranger, new fucking Zord. It's like this, it's not a hawk. Eagle. Is this an eagle? What the fuck is this? What is this? Swallow my fucking balls. Okay. this swallow-like helicopter Zord, which is pretty sick, if I do say so myself. It spins on its own, kind of. But yeah, this is a pretty fun mode. You know, just chopping around, flying around, and rotating blades. But a lot of great 6th Rangers have this mode within their own Zord, where boom, where the Zord has its own like fighter mode, which is pretty sick. I always like a nice 6 Ranger with their own battle mode, essentially, and he can just go whoop ass with his own Zord by itself in its own fighter mode. This is the Star Chopper Zord. This is like the Star Chopper battle mode. Just sick as fuck. All cool 6 Rangers have a Zord like this. This one is no exception. Boom. But that is all to this. And let's get right back to the program. Alright, super quick cut in of what the combination of the Ninja Storm Megazord and the Samurai Chopper Zord is. Back to the show. Alright, now it is the Thunder Ranger's turn with the Samurai Star Chopper Zord as we make the Samurai Thunder Megazord. Okay, I guess I had it right. This is one of the least stable Megazords ever, I feel like. But yeah, here he is. I mean, just look at that fucking backpack. Draymond Green style. God damn. Oh, fuck. Well, I hope it stay forward. Alright, back to the show. Alright, baby. The motherfucking Mammoth Zord. So this thing, I don't know if you can really tell. It doesn't fit. It's like this same, it's in the same size category almost as like these other Megazords. So it's actually not big enough to fit any of them. Let me just grab the base. Here, size comparison. Here is the main Megazord with its legs. It kind of fits, but there's like these tabs in here that stop it from, like, this will fall out, this won't go more in. You don't actually put any of the actual Megazords into this toy. A little disappointing. It has something with it, but I'll have to get into that later. But it does have, but it still has this like ramp thing for something to like go in it like that. I don't see a use in that really. Here, it has a revolver here with all the symbols of the different Rangers. Power of Earth. Power of Earth. Power of Water. Crimson Thunder Power. Navy Thunder Power. Samurai Power. Yeah. So there it is, and then, let's see. This opens here. You open up the top of his head here. And then there's this button back here, and it shoots. It's supposed to shoot. Ah! Hope y'all saw that. It has these little these spheres. These are the power spheres. And in them, it is miniature versions of the weapons I showed earlier. Although this one is like might be the one that I don't have. It's like this little ram revolver thing. It's not gonna want to focus. But anyways, yeah, all the others have little miniatures in them. So yeah, just Well, that one actually is empty. That one broke on release? That's actually crazy. Oh, do I have this one? Yes, no, I have that one. Yeah, that's kind of really it. I mean, I could launch them all out if y'all wanted, but... I mean, maybe I will. Wait, how do I put these in again? I'm ready. I can't remember if there's a proper loading way. This doesn't feel right. Yeah, so I think I'm missing one of the items for this as well. That might have fallen on the ground. I feel like I remember looking forever but not finding it in the old house where my parents still live. So if it shows up, it shows up. But that is the Mammoth Zord that we unlocked. The Rangers just unlocked. Pretty cool. Back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is everything for the Ultra Zord. This season's Ultra Zord. I think they call it the Hurricane Ultra Zord in this show. Every season, man, they got the one where they combine practically everything. Not quite. Spoilers. You don't matter. But everything else here comes into play to some degree. Including these spheres that do have a new Zord, a new combining middleman Zord like the mini Zord from earlier. They all swing out, they all pop up. Woo. And that is the Tri-Condor Zord. Even like has some wheels on it. I don't know how well that's coming across though, but yeah. Here it is. You can clearly already see the fist where the helmet is, what's going on here. But yeah, we're gonna use that. And we're combining all of these beauties here. Kind of. You're here for a reason. You are, like, in the show you combine, but you don't actually combine with these physical toys. But it's still needed for something else, unrelated to actually combining these. Anyways. Whew, holy shit, yeah. Here we go, man. Here's the fucking Ultra Zord. Alright. I have to ding this points wise. Now, I'm actually not actually like writing out points totals, but yeah, this thing, it doesn't include all 6 Ranger Zords. It includes 5 of them. The Blue Ranger's Dolphin Zord is entirely not involved in the final Megazord. And I don't like that. I do not like that not every Ranger's represented. They're in the cockpit. Sure, the Blue Ranger's in the cockpit, but their Zord being out of it takes me out of it a little bit. Let's see. Other than that, I mean, obviously a lot of these Ultra Zords end up becoming a mess. Like in total. I'm not in love with like, I guess it picks up kind of fine. I'm trying to see what else do I really not like about it besides the Blue Ranger. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to give a proper grade. I'm just trying to think of the negatives. Because the positives is the cool, I mean, a really cool helmet. That's like the, struggling to name specifics after that. It might be. Let me really look at it. Okay, if I look at the legs here, if I look at the Thunder, the Crimson Thunder Rangers, if I look at this as a foot, I like this more. But I cannot but look at it as like skates, and I don't like that because then I do look at it and I look at skates here. and it has stubby legs in comparison to the massive arms, the full body. But I still really like this. Like I said, I actually like the Megazord that's not too uniform. I do like seeing the individuality of the Zords come into play, hence why I'm upset that there's no Blue Ranger Zord involved. But in total, I do like this. I'm gonna put it at a B. I'll say the theming of it is a little over the place in terms of like, how do I word what what I'm looking, what I mean by that? Like, what I was thinking in my head, I was thinking like how the first Thunder Megazord from season 2 of Mighty Morphin, you can tell like it put together is something specifically. It's a samurai. I hope that's right. Shogun, maybe. Shogun. Wait, is that the Shogun? No, that's not the Shogun. Shogun's season 3. That's, yeah. But anyway, it's a samurai. This isn't anything specific, but that's also not like, that's kind of a unique thing almost to like a lot of, I guess the ninjas, it is the ninja themed seasons though. Or I guess ninja themed Zords, because that one was a samurai. Samurais becomes a samurai. Ninja Steels. We'll talk about that when we get there, but that might be my least favorite Megazord. Anyways, I'm rambling. I will say this is a bit much for me. I think it is really fucking busy up front. And it kind of like the way it's cool in the show, but as a toy, nah, even in the show, it kind of just obstructs the face here very easily. It wants to wander. I'm gonna give this Ultra Zord a B. I do like it. I want to make that clear. I do like it. The wind theming, I mean, that's why this is here, is because, you know, this is the Hurricane Zord. The main ninja trio is the Wind Ninja Academy. So keeping with a big powerful wind attack that we've seen in multiple of the Zord combinations is awesome. It loses the main gimmick of spheres in this mode, in this specific individual mode, because this isn't actually technically the Ultra Zord. I guess that's not technically the Ultra Zord. This inside of this is the Ultra Zord, and how do I feel about a Carrier Zord being involved? I think it's a good Final Blast. Aesthetically, not as much. All right, this thing comes with a toy here that slots in, and maybe this is what you're supposed to kind of think of this with. It slots in. Okay, it doesn't really slot in. You lied to me. Yeah. It has a mini version of it that sits in here, and that's supposed to give the idea of like what it is in the show. All right, so back to speaking about this in totality. I like it. B tier feels about right. The coloring is also a little over the place because there's so much overlap in colors between the crimson and navies. They're more black than anything else. That's, you know what, I think that's a little bit of what it is. It's like it feels it does a worse job of being able to kind of see the different Rangers represented fully, or at least in a better way in my mind, because with how black the Thunder and Crimson, the Thunder, Crimson, and Navy Ranger Zords are, they're a little less unique when showcased in the Ultra Zord. By glance, if you don't know off the top of your head, I could see by glance you lose it, because the Crimson is really obscured when looking head on. The Navy is like it's there, but it's pretty subtle. It's there, so it's not a full knock. Like I said, I do like this Ultra Zord, but it loses it a bit with how black each one is, so it doesn't feel as unique there. The red Zord you can't even see, so it's almost like Shane's not even there. The green is represented really well, and then obviously Dustin's yellow is there heavily. But yeah, I think that's it. The whole point is them coming together, but I don't think them coming together needs to be at the sacrifice of their individuality, and not really feeling the individual sense of each Ranger knocks it down. Holy fuck, that's what I've been looking for this whole ramble. That's what it is with it. Oh my god, I finally found a way to articulate it. I still like it though. It's still a really good Ultra Zord. I still like it. B tier. Holy shit, let's move on. Here we go. This is called like the NinjaCon. This is a toy exclusive thing for Power Rangers Ninja Storm. This does not make an appearance in the show, and like I said, this is very much like Ninjor. This is just a red Ninjor, essentially. And like I said, this is the only real holdover we have from Project Hexagon, that original storyline. It's like maybe this stems from that, because I don't know where else this would come from. This thing has 2 modes. We have like this mode here, and then there's 2 buttons on the arms, 1 each. Boom, those pop out. Buttons on the hips here. Whoops. There it goes. And then you press the back here. And stuck. There it goes. And then it switches over into this mode. This is like, I think this is supposed to be like its battle mode. But we're gonna put it back into the Ninjor kind of mode here. And that's really all there is to this toy, but it did come with something. It came with this. This does come with this, and I think there's the main Megazord that we have from this season. I think a version like this was also supposed to come with it, because what this does is you load that down, you take a power sphere, and you pop them in there, and you just have a power sphere here. You kind of open this. It's supposed to like launch the power sphere. So we were supposed to have one of these with the main Megazord, but we did not get one. But, you know, luckily able to showcase that here. Maybe he comes by, loads this up, scanner. Yeah. But yeah, that's all there really is to this toy. Let me see if it can hold some of the power sphere items. Let's see. We got the base sword here. Let's see. Does it fit? Not really. No, it doesn't fit. All right. Yeah. So it really is just like this standalone piece. Is this connected to what could have been Project Hexagon? Who knows? Would they have used the Ninja Storm symbol? How would the Ninja Storm symbol tie into Hexagon? Because it's not a hexagon. H? It kind of looks like an H. Is that the tie-in they would have made? It kind of looks like an H. Looks more like an X. But it kind of, nah, I mean, it kind of bridges enough to be an H. Maybe that's what the idea would have been. But yeah, that's it for this toy. Boom, ladies and gentlemen. Due to budget reasons, weirdly enough, this was the cheapest way to get all 3 discs. Whoops, all 3 discs, because that was important. So we have the Sentai version, the Japanese version of the Morpher. It's the exact same though. Doesn't change a single thing. But we do get to do a fun unboxing, I guess, as we check out the Power Rangers Wind Morpher, or the Shinobi Changer. They say Shinobi Change. That's their morphing call in the Sentai. But yes, let's go ahead and just dive into this and check it out. I'll probably be I think I need batteries that I don't have. So we'll see what I do. I will keep the box, don't worry, but I will not be careful with the rest of this packaging. All right, here are the power disc of the 3 ninjas. Power of air. Power of water. There he goes. Power of earth. There we go. All right. There are the disc. Here is the Morpher itself. It's a 3-in-1 baby, because you can just put on any of the disc. Let me see what batteries this takes. This isn't like your normal AA. Oh, here, I'll show y'all what it is. Yeah, so it's these tiny little batteries. Y'all heard that, right? Like, it wants to work. Y'all might not have heard that. Actually, it was really quiet. The mic was over here. This was starting to beep. What the fuck is this thing doing? Okay, I'm gonna take the batteries out and do a morph. Yeah, I think this thing is just a slightly busted. I might look into buying new ones. If I don't, I don't. But if I do, cool. Yeah, I think just from sitting here for, like, sitting in this thing for however long, the batteries have gone bad. Or they were used, which is more likely. But I think the thing going haywire still, it might just be due to age, because I don't see how some use, because this still looks really nice. It's not like a heavy used item. Some use would cause it to do that. Let's morph, baby. Oh, also, I forgot to say, ignore the bland background, because I just moved. So I don't actually have too much to put on the walls. Oh, is this even gonna fit? This might not even fit. Almost like it was made for kids, but it's really small. Also, doing it in this costume, is that sacrilegious? How we feeling? Oh my god. Holy shit, it's holding on by like a thread. Guy, yeah, it's holding on by a fucking thread. This is a toy for kids. I gotta look at the morph. How they actually do the hands. It's something like that, hold on. So it's fucking Ninja Storm, Ranger Form. Ah! Is that, I think my hands are not where they're supposed to be at the end. Oh, I pull in. I slide in. I slide in, not slide out. Hold up. All right. Okay. Ninja Storm, Ranger Form. Ah! It's a little iffy. Hold on. I'm not gonna get it perfect. Let's one more go. Ninja Storm, Ranger Form. Ah! I see. I did like a push in out. I did a push in out because I want to push out. Pushing out feels better. See, actually, I feel like that's really what I would do. That's what I would do. All right, how I would do the morph would be like Ninja Storm, Ranger Form, or some shit. That's what I would do with it on my wrist. Now, theirs actually does look cooler though. Hold on. Ninja Storm, Ranger Form. See, I want to push out so fucking bad. But I gotta. All right. Ninja Storm, Ranger Form. All right, that's as good as we're getting. But low key, yo, the fucking thinker, bro. This shit does feel nice on the wrist, but we're waiting for a different one. What am I waiting for? What am I dressed as? We'll find out later. All right, super quick cut in. Actually, like months later, from whenever you saw what was right before this. But I did wind up getting batteries for this thing. So I'm just gonna take you through the sounds. Unfortunately, it doesn't like auto do anything when you spin it. A little disappointing, but here's the buttons. Sort of like properly morph with it, you gotta like hit the button, then spin, which they don't like hit a button, they just spin in the morph sequence from what I'm seeing. And then you got like this is like a distress beacon type thing. I guess this is like an attack? Maybe. But let's put it back on for the one time. Oh my god. And I apologize for being out of the suit, but like I said, this is months later. Like I'm probably recording this like a week before the video comes out. Yeah. Let's get it better. Okay. So you want to hit like a sick. Okay. That one doesn't interact. The stress beacon is just the stress beacon, but type shit. This one's actually really cool and fun. So yeah, there's the fucking sounds of the Wind Morpher. Now, actually, back to the rest of the video. Right, it is time to talk about the Thunder Rangers Morpher, and I kind of got. So, this is what I bought, right? I don't even know if it's really doing justice just how small this is. But yeah, there's no buttons. There's no anything. Like, this is just a piece of plastic, and you can manually open it up to show the disc. But that's it. It's also really small. It is impossible to get on with this covering on, with my gauntlet cover thing. Yeah, this is tiny. When I ordered this, I thought this was like the main one. It's not. It does come with, like, you know, the ability to switch over into the other mode. Yeah, I was really disappointed when this came in the mail, and I was looking at it, and I went, ah, shit. It's not what I thought it was. Damn, it does not want to come out. There we go. And you can switch it over into the Navy Rangers mode. But yeah, so I bought this. This was a little expensive. This was like 90-something bucks. And it was just not the right one. Dedicated to the video, I did track down, like the legit, hopefully, I mean, I can already tell it's bigger, Morpher that does have electronics. Hopefully this works, we'll see. That's a big question mark right now. So yeah, and then obviously this is from the Sentai. This is the Japanese version of the toy, but we take that. First big time notice is the strap is different. It's actually like a Velcro strap instead of a little buckle. Another thing, I didn't notice this while watching, and this is what scared me off from buying some of these. I didn't notice that the there we go. The Go Riders have different disc than the Power Ranger versions. So this is the Thunder, Crimson, and Navy power disc in the actual Sentai. I didn't notice that difference. But yeah. Let's see. It seems like this one might not have batteries. That's not. I think this. Hold that to release. Oh, maybe I don't need to. I don't know what that button does. But yeah, since I'm dressed as Crimson. But yeah, so this one at least we can already tell that the buttons work and actually like do something. We'll see. I'll try to open this up, get a look inside, and see if there's batteries in here, if they work, what's going on. I'll say that I'm already more optimistic about this one being more fun, even if it doesn't work, because at a minimum, this button, it looks like it's not electronic. It does just open on its own. It doesn't need batteries for, so that's great. It will be usable as a toy even without batteries. Let me open it up, take a look. These are the same kind of batteries that they take in the Wind Morpher, so I just don't know where to get those. I could probably look it up online, but it's just, I don't think it's worth it for me. So let's put the strap on, pause, and do the little morph, and hopefully this thing fits. That's what I wanted to say earlier. This is a second take because we're stumbling on my words. All right, please fit over this. Oh my God, is this? How is this like fucking the same? The strap is the same size. All right, look at the different size difference of the. Well, that doesn't actually look. I swear they're like noticed. One is bigger than the other. You can kind of tell. Is the strap the same fucking size? All right, I guess to do this, I'll have to take this off. Unfortunate. All right. Why do they make these so small? Because it's for kids. Because it is for. I don't know, but Sentai is so big over there, is it not? I thought Sentai was like really big. Like, look at that. Look at how Just fucking barely that shit's on. Alright, I'm gonna look up the morph sequence and hopefully be able to pull that shit off. I think it's something like this. Here, look at me. Look at me straight on. Hit like a thunderstorm. Ranger flame. Type shit. Let me zoom in. These things fucking suck. Alright. So it's something like this. Oh, I didn't close it back up. Thunderstorm. Ranger. It's like, hold on. Thunderstorm. Ranger flame. Something like that. I'm pretty close. Alright, let's go one more final take. Let me just walk through it in my head. Thunderstorm. Ranger flame. Boom, baby. Look at the piece, look at the timepiece. Okay. If I got batteries that worked, I'm gonna cut that shit in right now. All right, this one is not that much longer after I recorded the previous little section you saw, but I did get batteries for the morpher. It does work. I tested it. So let's go through it. We have. Yeah. So you don't really need to press any button to do the morph besides the bottom one. Like the other one, you have to prep it, then spin. This morpher, it's just straight to the fucking action. But yeah, pretty sick. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is a nice morpher. Like I said, having this on your wrist, you feel like that fucking guy. But now I've shown you everything with the morpher, so let's get back to the fucking show. All right, so this is gonna be a quick and easy one, as we have the Samurai Morpher here. This one's pretty simple. This one actually does have electronics in it that works. Yes. That has been a struggle, although I had to like drill out the screw, so it doesn't have a screw in it right now, so I do have to be a little careful. But yeah, so this is the Samurai Morpher. You can see the his power coin in there. What do they call him? Power disc? What do they call him in this? Who knows? But yeah, it spins when you press the button. And then also, there's a button on the side here. You press it, it opens up, and you can change this out. Oh, show-wise, we never see him use another coin in here. Even in the Sentai, actually. I think we only ever see the one disc in here. But like I said, the electronics do work, so let me give you a little show here. Whoa. Is it saying it's open? Alright. Okay! Damn, I don't know what the fuck that was. It didn't do that before when I was playing around with it. But more importantly, when you morph, when you press the button, lights up. Here's a better sound of it. Yeah, so we're gonna hit the morph for the one time. I think I gotta look it up. His is a pretty simple one. I mean, especially because this is like a spherical thing he holds in one hand. But yeah, let me just take a quick look and let's do the morph real quick. He hits like a... Alright. He hits something, it's kind of like this. Because it's like a necklace, so he takes it off, it forms, and he's like, ha! Samurai Sword, Ranger Form, ha! There it is, one take, baby, all we need. Now let's get back to business. Alright guys, I also want to show off, I'm going to do, a lot of cut-ins during this video. I think this is the first one, although it's not the first one I've recorded. So if I repeat some things, I apologize. But these are the 3 main weapons that our Power Rangers use during the show. Now, these weapons were made by Bandai in 2003. They obviously everything based off the Japanese versions, the Japanese toys based off all of that stuff. And now Power Rangers toy sales saw a resurgence during this time. I think new network, new eyes on it, new set of kids buying the toys. And I think that resurgence maybe helped convince Disney to keep the show going. Pure speculation on my part. But we have like this Hawk Blaster for Shane, the Red Ninja Storm Ranger, this like microphone for Tori, the blue Ninja Storm Ranger, and then this Earth Hammer, which is a lot bigger. It's like, you know, a fucking big ass hammer. These are all bigger, but this one especially got a huge shrinkage. It's like, anyways, it's a much bigger hammer in the show, but this is the Earth Hammer for Dustin, the yellow Ninja Storm Ranger. Not much to these by themselves. There is nothing to this. This doesn't pull. This trigger here doesn't pull. It makes no noise. This is a husk. The hammer. All it does, you can press this, and that collapses. It's more compact, and more so for something later. Hawk Blaster, much different story. This one has sounds. Do I have it off? Yes, okay. So yeah. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of fun to just fucking spam it. Computer can't even keep up with the frames. But yeah, it makes noise, and oh, you guys can't see it on that side. It also glows. A lot of fun. All right, but what do they have these fucking weapons for? To fight with individually, sure, but also finishing move. There's a couple different ways you can make this thing go. There is like this one. I would say maybe I would do all handles out on this one. Yes, different noises depending on the combination you use. So there's that combo. And then there's this one. I'll collapse this for. This one feels more right to collapse. This combo. Oops, I looked at it too much. Yeah, there's that one. Is there a way to do the other? I think it's gonna make the same. Oh, my bad, it doesn't. So this is actually a lot of fun, all three together. These two by themselves, nothing to them. There is nothing to these as toys by themselves. But this Hawk Blaster hard carries the set, and it does make it a lot of fun. On to the show. With Evil Rangers come cool evil weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, well, these two are the same. So 3 weapons that we see used by the Thunder Rangers. This one used by both. This one here used by the Navy Thunder Ranger. And then this is the Crimson Thunder Ranger's weapon. So why are there 2 of these? I'll get into that after I get into this. This is like their do-it-all weapon. It has like the sword mode here. And then this is like the shuriken throwing star mode. This thing is supposed to make sounds. It doesn't work, unfortunately. There are batteries in here. It just doesn't work, sadly. I don't know if this, I wonder if this was ever released in America. I don't know for sure. I don't even 100% know country of origin I got these from. It says open in English, so this must be, yeah, it says open in English. I'm assuming these are English. These were the American releases of these items. Yeah, there's not much to this given the fact that it doesn't work, so I can't show off the audios that it would make. But the reason there's 2 of these is because one is that this is like the main version of it, the main weapon for it that is gonna go with this. This one goes on here. So all it does is pretty simple actually. Let me fold these out. You put this is like the spear mode for it almost, and you just slide it in here. Is that the right way? Yeah. Slide it in there. And you have like the spear mode for the weapon. There's these 2 tabs back here that you just pull in, so it should stay in place. Yeah. Yeah, and then you just fucking if you want. Holy shit, it's like fucking Minecraft, baby. We got pickaxe mode. Ding, ding, ding. I think the only mode that was ever shown though is just this like spear / mode. Ooh, fuck. Okay. So that is this one. Like I said, so this mode obviously is specific to the Navy Ranger. Let's pull this out. But yeah, like I said, this weapon itself is used by both. Now, quick showcase, I guess a little more. This is the bigger version. It's slightly bigger than the other one, but this is the main toy one. You know, it would also, another common thing, he would like have it opened up, punch, and then it would like grab onto whoever or whatever it had, and you could throw them around. Again, this mode, just pretty much for the spear, but that is it to showcase this off. This might be the best toy of anything here, period. All the morphers, the Zords, anything. This might actually be the most fun toy because, sure, right here it is just visually, clearly a gun. It doesn't make any noise. Kind of. What it does do, where's the switch? You hear that? There's a motor going in there because, what the heck? All right. Ooh. Here we go. Now we're fucking blasting. Oh yeah, I guess you can't quite rapid fire. Like, it does need a second to build. I guess build back up. The best part of toys is clean up. Clean up, clean up. Everybody clean up. Fuck, these went everywhere. Well, I should have been more careful after doing that, because now I have an odd number, and I'm pretty sure there was an even number. I have 11. Pretty sure there was 12. But yeah, 12 shots it came with, which is, I think, a decent amount. I think that's pretty good. I bought the new Power Ranger toys, the new Zords that came out from Playmates. The Saber-Tooth Tiger and the Triceratops each have like a shot on them. Like they could shoot out something from like their tails. One shot is all you got, which is ridiculous. So yeah, 11, or actually 12, pretty good. But yeah, and then obviously, if these Evil Rangers have their own weapons, they can in fact combine. You go spear mode again here. That's not it. There it is. Yeah. Let's go upside down here. Because this thing also has the tabs down here for it to not come out. And boom, you have the Thunder Rangers Blaster. This was their finishing move for any potential monsters. Or what it is most likely used for, what is mostly used for, the Wind Rangers. Yeah, Final Blast. Pretty good. I think overall, given the size of this to begin with, plus the way this one gets to shoot out, I think this is a better toy than the Wind Rangers had, which is crazy. Yeah, that's the Thunder Rangers toy and everything that is related to it. Back to the show. All right, our 5 Rangers have come together as me and my dog come together to show you the 5 Ranger weapons, combining and just putting them side by side. I don't think the camera angle you guys are seeing is doing it as much justice as like how much bigger the Thunder Ranger weapons are in comparison to the Wind Rangers toys. Look at this. This is the closest, and it's actually not even like as close. I still feel like the camera's not doing it justice. But that's the closest. But then like, obviously there's fucking this. Insane. And then, look at that. Even this one, this hand one, which is, like it's still like a lot bigger. Like these are in a comparable weight class. But anyways, combining all 5, so I think so you just kind of combine them the way that, oops, that's not how it was. You combine the Thunder Rangers the way they were. And then let's combine, it kind of doesn't particularly matter how you combine these. We'll do it this way for handle purposes. The handle will feel better this way. And then you just, and you got a fucking big ass stick. I don't think it'll make a sound difference. Yeah, so not really a sound difference. Now you just got a motherfucking. I think the sound is changing because the button's like maybe not getting as well pressed as it should here. But yeah, here's all 5 of our Wind and Thunder Rangers weapons combined. You can kind of mix them and match them and play with them around a little bit, but it doesn't even end up making that big of a difference. Really? There it goes. But yeah, now that the teams come together, we get to see the weapons together, and now let's get back to the show. All right, so quickly, I believe, I'm seeing some conflicting stuff, but I think there was a morpher released for Shane's Battleizer mode called like the Lightning Morpher. I feel like I've seen pictures of it, but I can't actually find it listed anywhere. So I don't know if it's real or if all of them are just not for sale, like none of them are for sale, I mean. The only thing I could find, and I'm not entirely certain how this even ties in, but this is like a toy associated with the Lightning Morpher, and that is this. So I'm just going to include it here. Based on the show, I don't really see this tying in, but this is another toy from Power Rangers Ninja Storm, but this is another one that we don't really see in the show, but I don't know if it'll really show up on the camera, but there is the symbol for like the Ninja Storm Rangers. Now unfortunately this thing doesn't work, the electronics in it doesn't work, but essentially it's just a sheath here, and then you can just pull out a blade. So, you know, it comes with a nice, there's a little button here. I'm pretty sure if I pressed this little symbol here would light up and make noises. But unfortunately, like I said, the electronics do not work. Watch out, watch out, watch out. But here's just another Power Ranger Ninja Storm toy that does have another mode. It does clip here. There is like a buckle clip here, like a belt buckle thing a belt clip to clip onto a belt or a pants and be able to have here. Yeah. But then it does have another mode. It's not Power Rangers if it can't turn into a fucking gun. So yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Pew, 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 pew. But yeah, here's like this like lightning sword and gun mode thing from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Real simple, real quick cut in, back to the show. Oh, I broke this. It came off my suit. I gotta like super glue it back on because I still haven't even recorded most of the video yet, and that fucking broke. Anyways, oh, okay, so this is the last cut in before the finale, and it's a fun one, man. At least for me, it'll be fun for me. I couldn't find any information on like the deal, the partnership, or whatever, but Power Rangers Ninja Storm does have motherfucking Mega Blocks that I'm gonna put together here. I know there's a glare. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I have the two biggest sets. I have like their main base set with some Kelzacs, all 6 Rangers, and then the Megazord, which from the back, based on the back, looks like you can make each individually and then put them together, which is what we're gonna do. The unfortunate thing is, so it looks like there's just 3 sets that I didn't get, and they're 3 small sets, one for each of the Wind Rangers here. And I actually did order the red one without knowing, because I just ordered these all at once. Yeah, so those are the 3 sets for the 3 Wind Rangers. I think those are the only sets I'm missing. Yeah, based on this, yeah, it looks like that's the only set I'm missing. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you do buy these Zords individually, because they have individual numbers. Ooh, maybe I don't buy them individually. Or maybe I do have to buy them individually. That's what I mean. Yeah. We'll see. I'll have to look and see. Yeah, nope. I can just see based on the Hawk Sword's head. You absolutely buy these separately. Okay. I'll look into it, and maybe I'll add in some more. But anyways, which I probably won't, just because this video is already really fucking expensive. So, subscribe, become a member. Did I make a Patreon? If I made a Patreon, check that out. But yeah, the Ninja Storm story. 3 misfit students are the only survivors after evil aliens attack their ninja academy. Their ninja master endows them with the power of the legendary Super Megazords. It's not quite how that would be worded. And Power Rangers. Ninja Storm is born, ready to save the world one more time. Yeah. Does this have anything on it cool? No. Alright, let's just get into it, starting off with the Megazord. Let's build the Megazord first. Alright, so there are some problems here. His legs look weird. That's for one. I don't know what the problem there is. The other problem is that these ball joints don't really want to stay, especially this one. This is really not catching on anything. But there that is. And then the final thing is that you're supposed to fold up Shane here. See, it's gone. And slide him in here. So, I don't know why that is what they chose to do there. This is falling apart. Yeah, and then he shoots out, kind of. Doesn't actually. But yeah, here's the fucking thing. I'll try to take some extra recordings here. But yeah, this is the Ninja Storm Mega Bloks Megazord. But yeah, now let's put together the next piece. Oh my goodness. Alright, that took forever. Couple things missing. First of all, this is like way too loose. That is how it's supposed to go, but it's just too loose. It's missing the hook thing to even grapple through them. Zip line. through them. Missing this shoot something out. They shot it out, never found it back. Missing 2 more pieces up here that would make this is like a training thing. It's half of it. And then there's a couple tiny little pieces missing here and there. But for the most part, this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. Oh, I will say also, they have like the Wind Rangers and Thunder Rangers like mega weapon combiner in this, which is cool. Yeah. So overall, pretty cool. Just missing a couple key things, really. I'm gonna place these, show them off right now. Like place the Rangers and show them off right now. And those are the Mega Bloks. But now let's get into the fucking finale.